Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Trouble for BUHARI as NNAMDI KANU's lawyer drops powerful message against KANU's trial. Trouble for BUHARI as NNAMDI KANU's lawyer drops powerful message against KANU's trial. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Aloy Ejimako, a special lawyer for the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has portrayed the new practice directions on court trial of terrorism cases as unconstitutional. By the new instruction, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Justice John Tehemba Itoho, last week reflected that the distance and size of borders to be protected for the trial shall be determined, granted on the recommendation of Security Department on a case-by-case basis. It means terrorism court cases including the preceding trial of NNAMDI KANU and other affiliated ones will be done behind closed doors, even without reporters, except the judge rules differently. KANU's court trial by the Nigerian administration, which continued on the previous Friday, was the first case about the new directive. Ejimako, in a statement on Sunday, explained that the new practice directions on terrorism trials, just concluded by the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, are unconstitutional by the possible provisions of two subsections of Section 36 of the Constitution, which requires all cases to be in public. The first by him is subsection 3 of Section 36 of the Constitution, which states that the lawsuit of a court or the legal actions of any court relating to the content mentioned in subsection 1 of this section, including the advert of the resolutions of the court or related tribunals, shall be held in public. The substitute announcement, he further remarked, is subsection 4 of section 36 of the Constitution, which states that whenever any person is tried with a felonious offense, he shall, unless the lawsuit is withdrawn, be privileged to a fair hearing in the public within a valid time by a court or any assigned tribunal. He said the only conditions the Constitution permits are on a case-by-case basis, and it must be hardly adjusted by the particular court of legal tribunal before the suspect is being charged, not by omnibus practice direction that seeks to take control of every case in one fell swoop. The first hardly conditioned exception can be established in Section 36, subsection 4A of the Constitution, which states that a constitutional court or such a legal tribunal house may count from its proceedings persons other than the parties thereto or their legal court practitioners in the interest of defense, public safety, public order, public morality, the will of persons who haven't achieved the time of 18 years, the protection of the private lives of the bodies or to a similar extent as it may hold necessary by the case of special circumstances in which hybe would be contradictory to the interest of justice. Therefore, other than in the circumstances of the hardly confirmed exceptions suffered by the Constitution, the new practice directions are extremist versus the Constitution. And it cannot be justified by a Terrorism Prevention Act that is certainly subservient to the Constitution. Aloy Ejimako, a special lawyer for the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, (HIPO), has portrayed the new practice directions on court trial of terrorism cases as unconstitutional. By the new instruction, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Justice John Tehemba Itoho, last week reflected that the distance and size of borders to be protected for the trial shall be determined, granted on the recommendation of Security Department on a case-by-case basis. It means terrorism court cases including the precedent trial of NNAMDI, KANU and other affiliated arms will be done behind closed doors, even without reporters except the judge rules differently. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section